All right, y'all. Kind of just want to go over how I set this thing up for fly fishing. Now, lessons are learning, and it's the same for me in any kayak, is to just get everything out of the way or cover anything that can be hung with a fly line. And unfortunately, this one, the foot pegs, they're pretty prone to catching with a fly line. So I've got a towel that I'm going to lay across there in the future. It doesn't, if you're just sitting and fishing, it's no big deal because you're just putting line right there in front of your feet. That's no big deal. When I'm standing and needing that extra line to punch longer, that's when I just happen to drop everything right down on top of those foot pegs, and I have wanted to throw them out of the boat this morning so bad until the wind came up and I had to sit back down. So anyway, but just anything you can cover, and I mean, I don't have to have them. I could remove them. You know, they're not. It's not like I'm paddling hard, but I like to have them, especially if I'm in moving water, because I like to push against them. So they're in here, but if you have a towel across them, you can still use them, but nothing will hang around them. So that's a good tip to remember. The other thing is my paddle belt, which I left in the truck this morning, but if I know I'm standing a lot, I love having that paddle belt. So that to me is extremely important. Now, dealing with the long rods, for me, I don't want anything up. You know, the net is one thing. I mean, it's not that big a deal because I'm to the right of it usually when I'm casting, or above it when I'm casting. So the net's not a big thing. And honestly, for the dinky fish that I usually catch, it's not even a necessity. But every once in a while, you know, especially when it'll surprise you, and it's nice to have a net. So I put that in the back or all the way up at the front where even the handle's not going to be in my way. The most important thing to me is rod management. Now, I've got 3, and usually I only use 2, but not knowing what I was expecting this morning, I wanted to bring 3 different rods with me this morning. But you can see now, I've got the Yak Attack, that's that side stage. Whether you use that or the Jackson model, or the really good ones from Yak Gadget, I mean, some sort of side mounted rod management system is really good for fly fishing, because it keeps your rods down, they're out of the way, they're relatively protected. Now, of course, you have to watch out for the tips up there, but I mean, it just keeping them down and out of the way, not having to break them down. They're actually bungeed in. I don't have the fronts done, but the backs are bungeed in. So I mean, if I should have some carnage, they're going to be, you know, protected. So I like having some sort of a side mounted side stage rod system over there. And then this up front, this is that center stage. Now, whether or not you use this, or if I don't have that, I tend to put my camera bag out in front of me just so I have something to keep the rod tips up. And I do that on no matter what, whether I'm in a hard side boat, whether I'm in this thing or whatever. But just, you know, just showing you kind of how this is set up for the fly fishing. Now, of course, this is a conventional box, but it's got all my fly gear in it, and that I just throw this 13 by 13. It's easy to tote around, and it has all of my stuff. It's got my leader materials, it's got drinks for today, heat index kind of stuff. So I throw all the stuff that we only have one box to grab. So this is basically a grab and go. It would be less so if, or more so if I didn't have to worry about camera gear and stuff like that. But this is how I've got it set up for fly fishing. This works really good for fly fishing, but you know, I like any boat. I mean, honestly, everybody talks about like the Mayfly. Mayfly was a wonderful boat, you know, for that. To me, the Coosa X is an incredible fly fishing boat. The Bite Angler, and especially if I pull the pegs out of those. I mean, if I don't have to have them, hey, I'm gonna take them out. So I'll pull them out, have a totally open deck. If you leave the pegs in, I would recommend covering them up. But these boats have come so far in just the last few years for us as fly anglers, and I know that's a loose definition of me as fly angler, but I do love this stuff, and when I do it, I'm pretty serious at it. And it's a blast to do out of any type of these small floating crafts. So I hope this helps. If any questions, y'all, that's a 7, and it's I think it's an 8'6" 7, and these are 7/11 8s on the side, and that's when I'm bass fishing, that's usually what I carry. Sometimes I'll drop off the 7, put a 6 in there, especially if there's a lot of red breasts in the area, because I like messing with those red breasts on that 6 weight. So but if I can help answer any questions about how I set stuff up, or what boats I think are the best, like I said, to me, I'll fish out any boat. I'll fish out of a barn door if it gets me on the water. I have really enjoyed this Cuda though. So hope this helps. Y'all take care.